On other issues that we want to bring to your attention, Honorable Minister, you are aware that Lira City is a very young institution, and we have inherited, or we should inherit, some documents, some property from the mother district, which is Lira district. As it happens, that has not been done smoothly. We believe that there is still a continuation of processing of land within the boundaries of Lira City by the Lira District Land Board. There have been 2 meetings about files of land that belongs to Lira City Land Board. One was chaired by the other secretary, and one meeting, that one took place here, and another meeting took place in Kampala, which involved the State House Anti-Corruption Unit. And deadlines were agreed for files to be handed over, files of land within the boundaries of Lira City. Up to now, Honorable Minister, that has not happened. We hope your visit here will help to facilitate the resolution of the issue of the files that have been the subject of several discussions.
It is not fruitful for the development of this region. Honorable Minister, today you've come to resolve the conflict on this land. And we are glad that the Chairman Land Board Lira District clearly stated it here, that it was within their own jurisdiction as mandated by the law to act upon land that do not still have titles. It is true, Honorable Minister. I know this is not the first engagement ever on issues of land. We've held, as a board member of Lira City clearly stated it, we held the first meeting with the team, and we had 2 great recommendations that the files that had land applications be submitted to Lira City, and a feedback report be submitted to the ministry. This was so clear, but up to now, this was not done. And secondly, there was a recommendation that all the signatures of all the area land committees of the divisions be submitted to the ministry.
Honorable Minister, that the provision of Section 67, Clause C of the Police Amendment Act 206, Cap 303, is untenable or unsustainable on the premise that LAP was under the district local government. Honorable Minister, as I come to hand, government as a department with its officer occupying premises constructed on the district local government land, that there is no land title in the name of Uganda Police Commissioner. There is no land title in the name of Uganda Land Commissioner for police purposes. That the police on the section 67A, 67A, 67B, and 67C of the Police Amendment Act 2006, Cap 303, is inapplicable claims unsustainable, misconceived, and their acts are an abuse of power and oppression.
Chairman Land Board has stated are all true, but nothing but the truth about what you have done to the police. I came just in 2021. I found all this property they're talking about already in place, and allocations done in place. But what we did during my tenure, and some of the things he mentioned here, the land at the work where their offices are, was through my office, the deck And the district council approved it. Their land was handed over to them because they want to build a headquarters. We gave them the land officially. I stand here. If it's being touched, then I beg him to be answerable. Because we are following the law. We are following the law. But the property which is under the local government, Honorable Minister, it needs a very serious negotiation. Why am I saying so? This is going to be my last point. Because when the Tree City was created, the city took 4 sub-counties out of Lira district. In other cities, they took only villages. But the Lira district gave out 4 big sub-counties. One is Lira sub-county, which has the biggest institution, the university. We lost that revenue to Lira City. The second chunk of land, which was given, and the property there, is at the Kokok sub-county. The whole of it was given the city, with all its benefits and all its assets. You come to Ngeta, it was given out to Lira City. Then there was a sub-county which was divided from Ngeta and was already operational, called Iwan. Lira district has a lot of land which is titled, and assets that are titled. To me, if the law of Uganda has not yet changed, then the title land or property belongs to the title holder. If I am to follow the law of Uganda, which I'm not a lawyer, but not being a lawyer doesn't mean that I don't know the law. And I believe, sir, that all the title property belongs to the title holder. I have the freedom to all title. I have freedom to all title in Kampala. I have freedom to all title in UK. I have freedom to all title in anywhere in this world. And the property remains yours. In Lira here, people are struggling to grab away the title property from the district. Under which law? I would want it to be quoted here. I'm not a lawyer. Under which jurisdiction do you want to grab away a title property? The untitled property, like land, belongs to Lira District Land Board. And they're the ones that have the jurisdiction to allocate and to do whatever they want to do with it. Even me, I recognize the presence of the city. I have land which I bought. And since the city came into force, Honorable Minister, I'm using the city land board to process the title. I have the land board in Lira, but I can no longer use Lira land board, Lira district land board to process the title of land in the Lira city. And I'm doing it. I am made to understand that, of course, Lira city, Uganda police had been renting that premise from. Lira city had been renting that premise. No, collecting rent for the premises. I don't know how true it is, but of course once in a while I've heard over the media. So the last I recall is that that place is titled, and the title was handed over. Whether the transfer has been effected or not, I don't know. I don't even want to know. But I want it to be for the record. Since, under the law, the mandate of the board is just unregistered land, I can authoritatively speak about the donations of 3 different plots of land, which I did show you, where we went to. This other with title, somebody competent will speak about it. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, after entering an agreement, a negotiated settlement, in compromise with the police, which copy I have here, the original of, which I'm going to lay before you. I have been disturbed by reports, many people suing the board, that the board allocated them land which does not belong to the board and or where they cannot access. It means my understanding. You don't own a thing, but you claim ownership over it, maybe because you have
the other thing. So, that be as it may, after resolving and all satisfying the egos of the police, I thought they should have been grateful enough. I understand up to date, they are still preventing people from utilizing their lands. As the board, one of our mandates is to ensure that you utilize, develop, and or put into proper use the lands we have given you. So if we give you land, don't think that is your grandfather's land, you'll own it for 100 years. We give you a lease. A lease means to rent. If we give you land for 5 years and you don't develop it, we terminate that lease. We made efforts to terminate leases. Howsoever, there are people who have had genuine reasons for which we can't terminate their leases. What is their ground? Police have stopped them from utilizing their lands. So you can't terminate it, you must give them time. I have a title, and you don't want me to utilize my land. So, Honorable Minister, these are our policemen. We respect them. They're in uniform. I salute them.
Sent to the New Kibwe Stadium, Ireda, Agalisel, Housing Estate, and Ojuina formerly belong to local administration police. Honorable Minister, in our law, the meaning of expression of interest has been extended to include the person in occupation of former public land who continue to do so without the authorization of the controlling authorities in the past or the district land board in modern time or other such right of occupation. Honorable Minister, many of the audience assembled here today now, they are subject matters. Some are sitting tenants of the property with appropriate right that the district land board allocated the state. Honorable Minister, today it could motivate and inspire me to purchase a plot 1 measuring 0.1800 acres LRR 6 folio 18 located on Watcher Road close. I think Watcher Road could be the other one where we went, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, there are few elements who normally bring confusion in this region. Ireda Girly family owned by Opido Ronan, where I am registered with my wife as a proprietor on the 21st October 2019 under instrument LIR 0004292. I further purchased.
Now I've come here, as I said, because you petitioned His Excellency the President that I must come and resolve, and I'm here. I've been late because yesterday I was Mayuke. I was Mayuke, and by the time like this, I was still resolving issues. By the time we reached Kampala, it was late at night, very late in fact. So when I slept, I thought I would wake up early, but I couldn't force nature. So I woke up late, and that multiplied my coming late here. So let me go straight to the subject matter. It has been very personality, one of the few produced out of Africa, and our own authorities, our own police arrest him. Not even giving him the minimum rights, because before you arrest, you indicate for what reason. You salute, and you say, I'm so and so, I think your name is put here, I'm arresting you on suspicion of this charge. But he was just arrested, come with another car, brought, and as today, his building materials have not been returned. I've not had anybody from the police, but I see the policemen here. I don't know whether on the district or RCC we have the DPC or here to represent, because they are part of the executive, the security committee of the district. Maybe they would have been here to say something. Yes, you are here. Thank you very much because you are here. Because what happened to Honorable Achon, it is a matter which the district security committee should have intervened immediately, because the RDC is the chairman of the district security committee. You are lucky that the district and the RCC are more or less in the same place. So each one of them, there are not two police stations. There are not two police forces in this country. There's only one. So either of them would have intervened immediately. And the police, under the authority of the RCC or RDC, as enshrined by law, would have immediately arrested that police officer, if he is so, who was on a frolic of his own. I don't believe he was representing the police. He was on a frolic of his own and should have been arrested immediately. Now, let me, for now, indicate two things which must be resolved before I go to on the land issue. Number one, the dispute between the Lira District Land Board and of course the Lira District Administration and the Lira City Authority. So far as from what I've heard, that dispute is already within the State House Anti-Corruption Unit. And we work in a way of one government approach. There's one government, there are not two governments. So I came with a representative of because General Isoke could not be here, he sent a representative. Where are you? I think you are around. Yeah. He is actually standing in for General Isoke. Now, please, as I came in, I was talking with him, and any issue, you recall in Mayuga where we were yesterday, those issues are now being handled very effectively by General Isoke's outfit, the state house, and we are working together. It is one government approach. So this issue between the district and city, those involving land, other administration, and other issues as raised by the chairman, please take them on board immediately. And I want that, if possible, the first meeting be held next week, so that we resolve it. It is one government, and we will thank the President gave us that unit, which can coordinate all other issues. Local government will be called, we in lands will be there, and General Isoke will be there with his technical team. We shall all be part of it. I want to assure you, this issue is going to be resolved. Amen. Whether by having those things, no, they are actually about three issues. There is an issue of the district. One part moves through the city to go to the other part. That must be resolved. The assets, the resolution of the assets, either with the district or city, must be resolved, and any other issue which may come and necessary for the good governance of this district. And this district is not only for the Rangi. If I tell you to raise it, people can put up their hands, and you find many people from other parts of Uganda live and reside here in Lira. What the district land boards cannot do is indicated in section 59(1)(a) of the Land Act, that the district can only allocate land which is not owned by any person or authority. So if land is titled, it is registered land, then it is owned by somebody, then the district body cannot allocate it. If it is owned by an authority, say district, national forest authority, or any other authority, then the district cannot allocate it, because it's owned by an authority. Or if somebody has a title on it, it's owned by that person, or if they are unregistered but have been tenants. In Uganda we call them Bibanja holders. If they have been there, then they are owning by virtue of being customary tenants, and you cannot allocate that land. If you do, there is section 59 1A. 59 1A as amended. I brought my books to read it, but now it's stuck. I can't read. It says if the district land board 59 1A as amended, if a district land board in violation of this, it allocates land which is already owned by any person or authority or under customary tenants, that transaction is void. That is the law. Now, who is under who controls public land which is given out? It's not any government department. In fact, the Constitution says that district land board, in its execution of its duties, it's not under the control of any person or authority. I think, sir, that's what it is. So, in the exercise of their functions, they are not subject to police, they are not subject to anybody, by whatever name called, or to any authority. So, when the Lira District Land Board allocated that land as detailed in the petition to Honorable Julius Achon, they were exercising their authority under the Constitution. Public land, which, as you have seen, it has come evolved, jealously protected, always by a public body, by a specified law from 1903 or 02 up to today. So, I fail to understand how the police can come and say this one, when the district has exercised its constitutional job without being coerced by any person or authority, and say we allocate you this land. So honorable, this land is yours by virtue of the allocation, and immediately release honorable Ochmen's property now at the police station. Restore it back to him. Give him the protection which is entitled to under the Constitution to continue with his construction without any hindrance. He is entitled to protect for the quiet enjoyment of his land which he obtained by virtue of the process of the law. So please go and execute that. And that was the directive of His Excellency the President. And the recent cases, Chairperson, you talked as if, no, of the board. You see, he talked as if he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Okay, that's why I was getting amused by the language he was using. I said, they carry the force of law. So, please, this was the directive, restore. And as executive committee, so Chairman, now and again, you can go and resume, execute the directive as given. Chairperson, let you come here now of the district.
Yes, sir.
Now, you as chairman in that capacity, you are also a member of the district.
Yes.
Please ensure that whoever committed these atrocious committees cooperate with the officer from the special duties, the one who has been standing here, and ensure all these people are all brought to book. All of them must face justice. The directive of the president said, arrest them, put them before the court, and make sure they serve the sentence up to us. And no bail, no police bond. Thank you. The titles are being grabbed from them. Yes. I have said, and I say, and I repeat it in the name of the President of Uganda, that the title deeds you have, as long as they have gone through the district land board or city land board, and the city land board or district land board has jurisdiction over that land. Though, and there was a minute, a proper minute pass which you took to the EMSO. EMSO, you are here, representative here. And they gave a title. Nobody should disturb you. The chairman of the board indicated it, and I want to repeat it. Section 59 of the Registration of Titles Act, Salot is here. That section guarantees that the one holding the title is the true proprietor of that land. The one who named in that title, yes, you are the owner of that land. Nobody should touch you. Yes. So all of you with the title deeds, yes, those title deeds are yours. Yes. That is your property guaranteed under Article 26(1) of the Constitution. Even when the government wants it, it will have to pay you prompt, adequate, and whatever fair compensation prior to taking over. Now, if the government must do that, how can a mere individual come and say, give it to me, give it to me? Just arrest that individual. It should never happen in this district.